Assassin's Creed Mirage is finally here, and today I wanted to go over 10 things that I wish I knew earlier that would have either helped me or saved me a lot of time when I first started playing. If you are new to the channel and you are interested in Assassin's Creed Mirage, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. But with that being said, let's get stuck into 10 things I wish I knew earlier in Assassin's Creed Mirage. Now, the first tip that I've got for you guys is to do with the story actually, and it's that you want to do a bit of a speed run on the story early on rather than trying to explore as soon as you get to Baghdad. Now, don't get me wrong, it is very tempting to do that, and I myself actually did it. That's why I'm putting it in this video. And don't get me wrong, it is still viable to explore as soon as you get there, but if you do focus on the main path early for probably around 2 hours or so until you complete a mission called Branching Out, you will then unlock the entire map, all sync points, and essentially everything the game has to offer outside of a few things that are obviously locked behind the main path later on. Doing this means that you are going to be able to get to that point in the story where you finish the Branching Out mission, and from there on you can either continue with the story if you want, or like I said, you can do any of the exploration that you want. The game 100% opens up after that mission, and so if you are really interested in exploring and just getting out there doing the side content, I would definitely recommend doing it this way rather than doing that as soon as you get to Baghdad. Now, the next one might actually be a bit of an obvious one, as the game kind of does throw it in your face, to be honest, when you do start playing. But for this one, you want to use Ubisoft Connect by linking your accounts, which realistically should be done. You just need to download the app depending on your platform, and by doing that you can get some awesome free gear, which actually includes Altair's outfit as well as Ezio's Revelation skin, which are both completely free if you have enough Ubisoft points. And I'm going to assume you guys will, unless you've literally just never played any Ubisoft games before, as they are still very cheap within that point system. Like I said, it does kind of throw this in your face initially, but it does seem like it is one of those pop-ups that a lot of people will probably skip past, because a lot of Ubisoft games have that sort of ecosystem where there's a lot of stuff to buy and a lot of people just click out of it. I did the exact same thing, and so I thought that was worth mentioning. If you guys want the Altair skin and the Ezio Revelation skin, you can get them both completely free. Now, moving on, something that is not obvious early on is that each sync point actually has a hidden chest within the tower, at least any of them that have these windows anyway. Now, initially I didn't realize that early on, and I would just go straight to the top and sync and then jump back down into the hay bale. However, if you do climb any of these sync points and there is a window sort of halfway up there, be sure to jump in that window. There will be a chest in there that has a few items, and all of these are really useful for crafting and upgrading gear, so make sure you don't miss out on them, because I definitely missed out on about 3 or 4 early on when I was playing. Now, something else worth noting is that in this game, the outfits and the costumes are actually not the same thing, meaning you can equip an outfit and that will change your appearance and stats, or at least the bonuses that come with it. But if you then wear a costume, for example, Altair's outfit that I just mentioned before, that doesn't actually override the outfit bonuses. It just goes over the top, meaning it'll show you wearing that costume while technically you still have the outfit on underneath. Because of that, you do want to make sure you are running an outfit. For example, the actual base outfit that you start with is in Basim's outfit. That does have bonuses with it, and then like I said, if you put Altair's outfit over the top of that, you're going to look like you're wearing Altair's outfit, and you are, but you're still wearing Basim's outfit underneath, and that goes for any of the outfits as well. So be sure to check all of their stats and bonuses, choose the one that suits your gameplay the most, and then if you do want to still wear Altair's outfit or Ezio's outfit, you can still wear them over the top and keep all of those bonuses at the same time. Now, the next one is very useful for combat, and this is an animation cancel when you actually dodge. Now, this allows you to be almost invincible if you can time the dodges well enough. So for example, even if you've just attacked but someone from the side is attacking you with an unguardable attack, you can just dodge their attack and it will cancel your own animation, meaning, like I said, if you're good enough with the timing, you can pretty much be invincible and never take any damage at all. I find that this comes in handy when there are a lot of enemies sort of closing you down. If you're fighting 3 or 4 different enemies at once, oftentimes you'll attack one of them, but then one of the ones from the side will kind of come in and hit you. And not only does that obviously deal damage, but it kind of interrupts your own attack as well. And so anytime you see any of your enemies with the red unguardable attack, simply just hit the dodge button, and even if you are in the middle of an animation, it will cancel it immediately. Now, moving on, if you guys enjoy more stealthy gameplay rather than the combat that we just talked about, be sure to make the most of carrying bodies. You can actually throw dead enemies in the bushes or just anywhere that you can hide yourself, and by doing that, it means that when their friends come along, they're not going to find their body, and therefore they're not going to be alerted to your presence. Now, this one is pretty obvious if you've played previous Assassin's Creed games, but keep in mind, not everyone has played Assassin's Creed before, and so if this is your first time, be sure to make the most of that. And on top of just doing it once, you can actually do this multiple times with different enemies in the same hiding spot, so that is definitely very handy to know to save yourself getting into proper combat combat and keep yourself in that sort of stealthy gameplay mode. Now, next on the list is to make the most of Eagle Vision. Eagle Vision in this game is absolutely overpowered. It allows you to pretty much locate hidden chests, different hiding spots, as well as being able to wall hack your enemies and know where they are at all times. It is something you definitely want to get in the habit of doing. Pretty much any time you're about to enter into some sort of encounter, be sure to turn on your Eagle Vision to sort of suss out the area a little bit before you go in there. It is going to give you a lot of really helpful information. You're going to be able to see where every enemy is, and it will definitely help when it comes to planning your attack and making sure that things go as smooth as possible. Now, speaking of Eagle Vision, make the most of it in combination with pickpocketing. Early on in the game, you can make so much money by pickpocketing, so long as you do it in a smart way and stay on the move, because if you hang around in the same area where you are pickpocketing people, eventually they will catch on and then the guards will come and attack you. So wherever you are doing this, be sure to pretty much just stay on the move at all times. The reason I mentioned Eagle Vision is that it does allow you to see which enemies have purses to be stolen from, as you can see indicated by the gold or blue purses on their waist when you do use Eagle Vision. Now, speaking of gold, and this one is kind of obvious just really due to the color, but if you see any gold chests on the map, definitely go and check them out, as they do hold most of the sort of sought after items in the game, like new gear, new weapons or upgrades, and they are definitely worth tracking down. Now, they usually require you to either sneak into a building, or obviously you can take the hostile approach if you do prefer that as well. But generally speaking, they're not just out in the open. You kind of have to force your way into some sort of stronghold or little outpost, but it is absolutely worth it, as this is where you're going to find most of the, I guess, legendary content in this game in terms of awesome outfits, awesome weapons, and the upgrades for both of them as well. Now, last but not least, and this actually directly links to what I was just talking about, speaking of those gold chests, if you see any of these type of buildings on the map, you want to head there, you want to sneak into them, and you want to take out the enemies who are guarding them. Not only are these locations fun little outpost type of missions where you need to calculate your approach in order to succeed, but all of them do contain those gold chests that I just mentioned, so they are absolutely worth the reward as well. On top of just being very fun to do, this is what I love about Assassin's Creed, is trying to calculate the best way to take out a bunch of enemies, and I've had some of my most enjoyable moments in this game just taking out these little areas. So anyway, those are 10 things that I wish I knew earlier in Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm out here putting in the hard yards so that you guys don't have to, and hopefully this makes the game a little bit easier to understand for a lot of you guys. Like I said, if you are interested in Assassin's Creed content and you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as there is plenty more on the way, and I will be doing a setup tour once we hit 1K subscribers as well. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.